What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Prime Energon, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Rise of the Beast Studio Series 103 RHINOX. Yes, finally got this guy, found him at my local Target, and I have to say he is a bulky guy. He's pretty big. He's actually a little bit taller than Studio Series Buzzworthy Bumblebee Optimus Prime, but let's go ahead and get started on this video. So let's go ahead and put him aside and let's go ahead and take a look at the box here. So we got Studio Series 103 RHINOX Transformers Rise of the Beast. Got some nice artwork of RHINOX right here. Going along to the side, he is a Voyager class, so nice to see there. Another picture of RHINOX. Going over to the back, you get RHINOX in his robot form and his alt mode, the Rhino form, which is pretty much how we see him out through the whole movie, is in Rhino form, and for like a split second we see him in his robot mode. Again, over here some more nice artwork. Transformers Rise of the Beast bottom stuff. So put that aside, and here we got RHINOX. Nicely done figure. Now I do have to say he does look nice and all. His legs are very stumpy. He's got some short legs. I've seen some reviews that they've had his legs like this, which just makes it even more stumpier when you have his legs like that. But you have to stretch the legs out, and it gives just a little bit more length to his legs. But as you can see, definitely does not look right compared to his upper torso and his body. He does have some short legs, and when you kick him up front, look at this little baby legs, and his feet are also very small feet. It does hinder posability. He does tend to fall back sometimes just because there are no heels, but other than that, the coloration and the detail on this guy is actually pretty good. He does also come with this, what is this, hammer meat tenderizer. There you go. So going on over to the detail, here is his face sculpt. Very nicely done with some silver going along his crest and some silver above the eyebrows. Looks very menacing, and definitely love the look of this guy. And you can see some detail all underneath right here, underneath his cowl. Looks very nice. You get the Maximal symbol right there in the center of his chest. And then going on over his chest, some nice silver highlights with some bronze gold highlights as well. You can see all the little battle damage right here along his chest, and then love the texture going around his upper chest right here. You get the nice horns on the back. Going on over his arms, big bulky shoulders. Really love the texture on here. They nailed it. Going on over to his forearms, again some detail going along the inside, and then the inner arm right here as well. Outer arm, you get some nice gold coloration. You get a nice spike right there, which looks pretty good. Going on over his waist, just have nice little six-pack going on right here. Again with this gold, looks very nice. He does have this little crotch plate that is movable. That way you can get it out of the way to pose this guy. Going on over to the legs, and like I said, very small, skinny legs. You do get this softer plastic which can move out of the way to pose the figure. Inner legs, you get some nice detail on the inner thighs right here, if you guys can see that. Nice mechanical detail, looks really good. Going on over to the bottom of the legs, again pretty nice. You get some nice detail on the inside of the legs right in there. I don't know if you guys could see that, but some nice detail on the inner legs, which looks really good. Sort of like little springs right in there. Looks very nice. Again with the feet, very small flat feet, no heels on here. Back of the figure cleans up quite nicely with the rhino tail sticking out right there on the back. You can move that out of the way if you want to. And then of course the back, he's got a very bulky back right here, but it does clean up quite nicely. Everything is nicely compacted on here. When it comes down to everything stowing away, no big rhino head, you know, sticking out anywhere or anything like that. He is pretty compact and very nice looking when it comes down to robot mode. Now taking a look at his weapon, Here is his meat tenderizer, very nicely detailed. Some more springs right in there. Some nice silver for the spikes. Looking on over to the top, very nicely done. It is done out of a regular gray plastic, so no paint on here. Taking a look at the handle. Handle is done quite nicely, although it is very slim as far as fitting in his hands. It should stay right about here, but it's too loose. It doesn't have a stopping point until right up here, which it looks okay, but I just figured that it should have been better if it was like at least right up here, and a little bit more of a longer staff would have been nice for this, just to make it look a little bit more menacing. It just looks okay when it's in his hand like that. So yeah, I don't know what they were thinking there. And you can fold this up, and you do have some weapon storage with this peg, which will go on the back right here, and you can store that away just like that on the back for weapon storage. So quite nice when it comes down to his meat tenderizer, you know, hammer that he's got. So yeah, very, very nice. Only paint is going to be for the spikes. Now, as far as articulation goes, his head is on a ball joint, but it's hard to get to. It's very smooth, and there's nothing really to grab a hold of, but it can look up and down about that far. And as far as turning it around, it's very tight to turn his head. It can't turn around that much. Arms can go full around just like so. If you move these shoulder pieces out of the way, his arms can go full out like so. You do get a bicep rotation right here. Again, very tight, nice to see. And your bicep bend is a little under 90 degrees just because of all this bulk. So that is a little bit of a shame, but still nice range of motion. You do get wrist rotation as well, which is nice to see. You also get a waist rotation. You move all of this out of the way, actually. Get some nice range of motion for the waist. And as far as the legs go, they can't kick forward that much, and they can kick all the way back. So that's nice to see. As far as doing the splits, he can do the splits, so that is very nice. You do get some thigh rotation, and I love how all this stuff does move with the thigh, so that's pretty nice. He has weird knee bends right here. There's a weird knee joint right here. Has different ranges of motion for transformation, so his knee can go all the way forward, but then as far as going back, you do get a 90-degree bend at the knee. So yeah, a very weird knee joint right here. It just looks weird if you were to pose it the wrong way. As far as the feet go, you do get some nice ankle tiltage right there. Feet can go forward and about that back right there. So yeah, posability, he does look great. It's just those legs, very, very short legs, I think, in my opinion. They should have been just a little bit longer and maybe tighten this part up right here a little bit. But other than that, I love the detail, the paint work on him. He looks very nice and bulky, and he does look like a rhino. Just very, very nice looking for RHINOX here. Studio Series did a pretty good job for this guy. Now, as far as transformation goes, pretty simple to transform. It is quite nice to transform this guy, so pretty interesting what they did here. So pretty much what you're going to do is straighten out the arms, and you're going to pretty much rotate them all the way around to where the spike is going to be on the inside, just like so. You're going to pop open this little hatch for his hands, which can be a little bit difficult to do. There we go. And this will come out, and then you're pretty much going to rotate the wrist all the way around, and then rotate right here to bring out the rhino footsie. And then you're going to rotate this forward just like so. Do the same thing over here. Rotate the arm all the way around to where the spike is facing the inside. Pop open this hatch, which it does tend to come off a little bit, which is weird. And then you're pretty much going to rotate the hand around, and then rotate this whole piece forward, and then snap that in there, and then rotate the little rhino footsie there, and just sort of have these here This whole chest piece is going to come off just like so. Again, some of these pieces do tend to come off, which is a little bit of a shame. They are not pinned in, they're just sort of frictioned in there. In order to get this forward, you're going to open up his abs right here and bring this whole piece down just like that and open it up. And then these ab pieces are going to come down and they're going to fit right into these little notches right here, just like that. They'll snap in there, and then you're going to end up with something along the lines of this for now. You're going to have the arms out and then sort of bring them down, and then these notches are going to go right into that little slot right there. Everything will sort of just collapse down just like that. And then we're going to hold off on that for a little bit. So now coming on over to the back, you're pretty much going to hinge the little butt flap, take his whole back and disconnect it, and this reveals the rhino head. You're going to bring that out, flip in the little rhino faux horns, and then you're going to snap this part open just like that. You're going to open up the rhino head, and this will reveal his horn. Bring that out, close that back up, and then now all of this is going to collapse on the back. And then these two little notches right here are going to go right into these little slots right here and just sort of snap that into place. And then you're going to bring the arms forward and have them like that. And then now the chest piece is going to get collapsed and pretty much cover this entire bottom section of his torso or his belly. So now we got the front part of Rhino mode all pretty much done. Now let's go on over to the legs. And now the legs are pretty much going to bend backwards with that joint that I was telling you guys about. And you're just going to bring them down just like so. First thing you're going to want to do is snap his shins in. They do snap in for alt mode, and then they will snap out for robot mode. And you're going to bring everything down, and then again use that double joint for the back, and you're going to get these two tabs right here on the back of the thighs. They're going to go into a couple of slots right underneath the tail, and then all of that is going to come down and then pretty much snap into place. You're going to want to make sure his little crotch flap is completely full up right in between his legs, and then just start snapping everything down. Snap down his butt flap and then bring the tail piece down with those slots. Make sure all of this is flush right in there, and then pretty much you are done. Bring his tail out, bring his tail down, and we are in Rhino mode. So very, very nice when it comes down to Rhino mode. He looks really good in my opinion. Look at this. It is a freaking rhinoceros. He looks fan-freaking-tastic. I don't know which mode I like better, Rhino form or robot form. They both look fantastic. So taking a look at the detail, so nice little eyes right there. You do have some articulation with the mouth. So it does open up, so that's quite nice. A little bit loose, but it does open up. You get a little bit of range of motion, and when you move his rhino head, you get some more detail all underneath his neck right here. So that's pretty nice. Taking a look at the arms, again, pretty much his robot arms, but you get some nice new feet right here instead of the hands. And then taking a look at his belly, which was his chest. Now there is a lot of hollowness right here underneath the belly, which I think they could have found a better way to fill this out, because that does not look pretty when it comes down to looking at them like this. Like this, it looks good, but when you turn them around, turn them over, yeah, there's a lot of space down here. And then again, taking a look at the legs, pretty much the same legs in robot form. They're just bent backwards, and his little cute tail lifted up to poop. And then taking a look at how he looks from the top. And yeah, he looks very, very nice. I love this head sculpt for a rhino form. It looks very, very good in my opinion. Nice detail. All of this is a lot of gray plastic, but then you also do get some silver right here, so that's quite nice. And it looks pretty good. Rhino horn is a little loose on my copy. Just got to make sure everything just snaps into place, just like so. But yeah, he looks very, very nice when it comes down to Rhino form. So as far as comparison goes, here we got RHINOX from Studio Series Transformers Rise of the Beast, and here we got his fellow teammate Razor, which we never see her transform in the movie, but as far as scaling goes, there you go. We get RC from Transformers Bumblebee movie, and I think these work quite nicely as far as scaling goes. She looks really good up against RHINOX. Here we got Transformers Studio Series Buzzworthy Bumblebee Optimus Prime from Transformers Rise of the Beast as well. Love this guy, looks very good. And as you can see, they do scale up quite nicely. You figure Optimus Prime might be just a little bit bigger, but no, RHINOX actually is a bit bulkier than this guy, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah, he looks fantastic. Here we got Studio Series Deluxe Class Bumblebee from Transformers Rise of the Beast. So again, nice scaling. Bumblebee being a little bit smaller than RHINOX, definitely being dwarfed by RHINOX right here. Here we got Battle Trap, again another Voyager class from Studio Series Transformers Rise of the Beast movie, and as far as scaling goes, these guys actually scale up quite nicely when it comes down to that. RHINOX again being a bit of a bulky guy. So there you go as far as comparisons, and I definitely like this guy. He looks very nice, he looks the part. Rhino form actually came together quite nicely, and it is a fun experience transforming this guy. Just the whole articulation and the way they hid the head inside of the body, it actually works. It's a really nice idea how they did that, and it's a fun transformation to do. Like, I find myself transforming this guy a lot. Now the only issues I had were just the shorter legs and the handle of his hammer right here could have been a little bit longer, maybe a little bit thicker. Just the way to make things work a little bit better. And yeah, other than that, he looks fantastic. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this review of Studio Series Transformers 103 from Transformers Rise of the Beast, RHINOX. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And I will see you next time here on Prime Energon. Peace.